war on terror is like this game, right? We've built this entire apparatus and convinced the world that there's a terrorist in every mosque and that every newly arrived Muslim immigrant is secretly anti-American. And because we've promoted that false notion, we have to validate it. So we catch some kid who doesn't know his ear from his ass for building a bomb fed to them by the FBI. It becomes a vicious circle, because the longer you look at a kid, the bigger the file gets, even if they've done nothing. And then 6 months later, somebody calls the FBI and says, "I've seen some suspicious activity in this neighborhood," and an agent can see that we have thick files on all of these kids. But the question is, okay, so you have thick files on these kids, but the files have shown that these kids are guilty of nothing. So what does that actually achieve? It achieves intelligence, and that's a nebulous, wonderful sounding word that everyone likes to throw around. But based on my experience, the entire purpose of these assessments was to create a database of American Muslims. It's a very dangerous and toxic environment, and we haven't come to terms with the fact that maybe we really screwed up here. Maybe what we're doing is wrong.
The essence of what occurred here is that a government, understandably zealous to protect its citizens from terrorism, came upon a man both bigoted and suggestible, one who was incapable of committing an act of terrorism on his own. It created acts of terrorism out of his fantasies of bravado and bigotry, and then made these fantasies come true. The government did not have to infiltrate and foil some nefarious plot. There was no nefarious plot to foil. Only the government could have made a terrorist out of Mr. Cromarty, a man whose buffoonery is positively Shakespearean in its scope. I believe beyond a shadow of a doubt that there would have been no crime here except the government instigated it, planned it, and brought it to fruition.